Over the past year, I've been fortunate enough to review a ton of new Bluetooth speakers. I rocked out at the beach with backpack-friendly speakers like the UE Wonderboom 4. I learned to deal with connection issues with fancy smart speakers like the Sonos Roam 2. And of course, I got into trouble with our neighbors thanks to the JBL Party Box Stage 320. So after testing a ton of Bluetooth speakers, why am I and why So after testing a ton of Bluetooth speakers, why am I and why should you still choose a 3-year-old speaker for your next outing? Well, I've got 3 reasons why the JBL Charge 5 holds its own even today. First off, one feature that initially drew me to this speaker and is still important to this day is the Charge 5's durability. It has an IP67 protection rating, making it both dust and water resistant. I never have to think twice about bringing the speaker to the beach or strapping it to my paddleboard when I hit the lake. The Charge 5 is adventure ready, which is exactly what we need it to be. I'm also impressed by the durable fabric JBL wraps these bad boys in. Combined with the rubberized bumpers protecting the passive radiators, I don't have to baby this speaker, nor will you. Toss it in your backpack, toss it in the back of your car. Heck, it's shaped like a football. Who's up for a game of catch? Shun, think fast. Oh, nice. Jokes aside, this is my personal JBL Charge 5 that I bought brand new in 2021. It's been on dozens of camping trips, it's fallen out of the back of my truck, and it still looks almost brand new. Sure, the Charge 5's durable build and IP67 protection rating aren't unique features. Most JBL speakers offer a similar build, but they're important features that have helped sustain its success nonetheless. Now, I know you may be thinking, but Dave, you silly goose, the JBL Flip 6 is where it's at. Of course, the Flip 6 is a great speaker with a very similar design. Still, because of its smaller size, it simply doesn't provide the same bass response or battery life as the Charge 5, which brings me to my second point. I like to refer to the Charge 5 as the Goldilocks of portable Bluetooth speakers. It strikes the perfect balance between smaller speakers like the Flip 6, this speaker's too tiny, and the larger Extreme 4, this speaker's just too big. The Charge 5 offers just a little more without going overboard in size and price. Sorry, Extreme 4. For reference, the Flip 6 offers 12 hours of battery life, but the Charge 5, it offers 20. Easily a few days worth of listening no matter where you are. Combined with its higher wattage, 40 watts compared to the Flip 6's 30 watts, not to mention a larger driver, tweeter, and passive radiator, it has that extra oomph advantage over smaller speakers, again, without having a massive enclosure. Thanks to Hoffman's Iron Law, size is the first thing you'll have to sacrifice if it's booming bass you're after. If you want to actually rattle some windows, you're gonna need a bigger speaker. The Charge 5 is small enough to be packable, but big enough to crank up when things start to get a little rowdy around your campsite. For me, it's just right. So what else makes the Charge 5 a great speaker? I'm glad you asked. It offers a simple control layout and it's easy to use. Both the power and the Bluetooth buttons are backlit, and the playback controls along the top are raised, offering a satisfying tactile click, making everything easy to find, even in the dark. Are you curious about your battery life? Your meter is right on the front, illuminated and easy to see. In 2023, JBL made the Charge 5 even better with a firmware update. While you've always been able to pair a second Charge 5 for stereo performance or link up with other JBL speakers for an onslaught of mono playback, the JBL Portable app now offers a 3-band customizable EQ to personalize the sound of your Charge 5. A little extra bass never hurt anyone, eh? Well, maybe your battery life, but adding an equalizer is a nice touch a few years later nonetheless. Side note, I do want to quickly mention that if you get an opportunity to crank up 2 Charge 5s in stereo, I absolutely recommend it. It makes a world of difference in room filling power, and it allows you to hear the mix of your favorite tunes the way it was meant to be heard in stereo. You gotta try it sometime, trust me. So it's clear that the Charge 5 holds its own after all these years. Holds its charge, would you say, right? No, don't put that in. But there are a few things about this speaker that shows its age that might be a deal breaker for you, even though it's mostly minor stuff. Naturally, its Bluetooth version is now a little behind. While newer refreshed JBL units like the new Clip 5 and Extreme 4 connect via Bluetooth 5.3, the Charge 5 still uses Bluetooth 5.1, but that's not really the end of the world. It still offers multi-point, which I use at home all the time without issue, connecting it to my laptop and my phone at the same time. Some listeners may also have an issue with the Charge 5 not offering any higher bitrate listening codec options like LDAC or aptX, but let's be honest here. It's a convenient mono speaker meant to enhance the campsite vibes, the park hangs with your pals. It wasn't designed for critical listening. Let's also quickly touch on the built-in battery bank, since that's where the Charge 5 gets its name. I have to be perfectly honest, I have never ever used this feature. It wasn't a huge selling point for me because I've always owned several external battery packs. I generally keep one in my backpack, one in the camping bin. So again, showing its age, it is a USB-A port. It doesn't offer super fast charging, but it will get you out of a pinch if you need it. I'm sure whenever we see the Charge 6 released, it'll be a USB-C port. So after spending the last year testing out all the latest and greatest Bluetooth speakers, would I buy another Charge 5 if my current one sank to the bottom of the lake on my next camping trip? Absolutely. For $179, it's durable, packable, and offers decent battery life. Keeping in mind it's a mono portable speaker, I think you'll enjoy the sound of it too, especially with its updated equalizer option. Of course, the best part about a quality Bluetooth speaker that's a few years old now is that you can often find it on sale. Keep an eye out. Now, if the Charge 5 is still too big a speaker for you and you want something even more portable, just this past year, JBL released the new Clip 5 and the new Go 4. Now with support from the JBL Portable app, these little sonic adventure companions are better than ever. If you want to learn more about what's new with the Clip 5 and the Go 4, be sure to check out my comparison video right here.